Welcome, Aquarius. This is your weekly focus, April the 29th through to May the 5th, 2019. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Let's get straight to the cards, straight to the energy of the week. We have Saturn going retrograde on Monday. We have the new moon in Taurus on Friday. We have Mercury moving into Taurus next week in the first few days of the week. But before it leaves, while it enters some of the most potent points on in any sign, before it departs, before it exits, it's going to be talking to the north and south nodes this week. It's going to be talking to Saturn, to Pluto, to Jupiter. So it's going to be having a lot of conversations this week before it changes energy. So expect communication. Our first card is, look at this, the Two of Cups. New relationships, new bonds, new partnerships, new job opportunities, new travel opportunities, learning opportunities, new passions, new dreams, new desires. Let's see what the next card is. Oh, Seven of Wands. We are having our say, aren't we? We are declaring, this is who I am. This is where I'm going. And yes, you want them to go with you. And it could be new people that you are talking to, almost bringing people in, maybe for a project or a team of some sort. It could be something within the community. It could be job creation in some way. It could be a partnership on a project of some sort. It could be a new love relationship. But you're very upfront, and this is what I need, and this is what I want, and this is who I am kind of person. But you're also very enchanting in your words right now, so that just might work for you. You just look so ready to go after the challenge here. So ready to turn around and walk your path, your new path. The other ones represent the people listening to you. The people who have been following you to this point, the people who have surrounded you to this point. So, in some way, relationships could be changing. Some people may depart from the relationships right now, and I've been getting that. I don't usually get that one, but I've been getting that for this week. And for many of the signs, so maybe if there's a correlation with your moon or rising, you might want to look into those ones as well. But some people could be standing up and standing behind you that you weren't expecting to stand behind you. So I think your voice is very strong right now in creating a new tomorrow, a new path to walk. Let's see what our next card is. The Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. Now, this is when we're leaning more towards work and career here than anything else, although it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be your spirituality. It could be your health and well-being, which is why it kind of, I don't know about this one. When this card comes up, and it's usually in the first position that I get that little, but I got it for you. So I'm going to say watch your health. Don't take any unnecessary risk when it comes to your health, when it comes to your well-being. But this is also a very beautiful card if we're going to be looking more towards work and career, maybe something that you do in the community, because it's almost like your life can take a 180 right now in what you are doing and where you are putting your energy, your resources. Or you can see, you get this clarification, you get this new understanding, or somebody new comes into your life and gives you an opportunity, introduces you to the right people, but maybe something happens that push you into new horizons, different horizons. I get a sense that the new people will be coming into play in your life going forward. But this is a time to unplug a little bit, to hit the pause button, to really think about what you've gone through in order to become who you are today, and how you can use that everything, your failures and your successes, as a strength to move forward. That it can be part of, yeah, your strength, your courage. But I get more strength than courage. So maybe whatever your dream is, it might take a lot of long hours, and it gives you that determination to move forward, or open up the door opens, or you get a sense of clarity. But it's only through some kind of meditation, or taking it back, contemplation, maybe prayer, maybe prayer. Um, so make sure that you are taking time out for times of reflection for yourself, even if it's only 2 minutes here and 30 seconds there, and maybe even write it down, and so that you have a really a good understanding. Something might come in, and by an hour later, you've completely forgotten what that was, and you thought it was so good at the time. Write it down so that you can reflect on it when you have time. We have the Five of Swords. This is about playing nice with others, okay? And sometimes we don't, but this is really us standing our ground. And this is, once again, people moving out of our life and other people joining us. We have to be careful of our words whenever Mercury is in Aries, only because we're a little bit too blunt and too to the point. We're a little bit overly honest. We say it before we think it, and it can put us in hot water. It can, some things can't be unsaid or undone. So watch your words, watch your actions, count to 10 before you actually make that stand. But when you make that stand, it's loud and clear, and it's right. As long as you're taking it back, so long as you're thinking it through. I think that's the most important part. This is also, you might be, you might be standing up for yourself in a way that you haven't before. And that might be incredibly hard. And it might be in the workplace. It might be a career opportunity where you just haven't been able to move forward in it for whatever reason. It could be some part of where you've always been a member of something in the community, but you've never really stepped up before, or you've never been asked or invited in before. It could be things like that happening as well. King of Swords, he's been popular. King of Swords, once again, we gotta watch our words. We gotta watch what we do. We can get so hung up on exactly where we want to go and this clear vision in front of us that we actually miss so much around us. This is where we can, we this is where we get blinders on with this energy. Now, don't get me wrong. This is very positive, strong energy to move you forward if it's used correctly, but we can just be very blunt with what we say. I mean, if something gets in our way, we're going to use that sword, we're going to cut it away, and we don't care, and we're not going to think about it. We already know the answer. And we kind of get that, we start letting our ego run the show, and we really have to watch it. Now, this is in relationships, so we really have to watch that we're not letting our ego lead the way, but it's rather our heart, our truest passions, our greatest loves. So when we have this energy, I mean, we can, this is the time when we propose. This is the time when we make these new strong commitments. This is a time, yes, when we grow that relationship so much deeper. We give it our energy. We give it our focus. And we have the Knight of Cups. So Expect the unexpected with somebody coming into your life. Maybe you overhear a conversation. It brings in delight. It brings in happiness. It brings in joy, celebration even. But it could bring in romance, new passions, new dreams, new desires. So there's an energy here of really stepping into something. It could be very creative. It could be a new love interest, absolutely. A new best friend. It could really put you on a new path. Like the Four of Swords, there was nothing else besides the Four of Swords telling me what this 180 was going to be. This doesn't either. But whatever it is, it brings in a happiness, a joy, a contentment. Um, the true things that matter are there for you. And if that's security, if that's safety, if that's resources, if that's love, this card is saying to enjoy the moments, to not try to hammer home anything. That the opportunities to use your voice effectively will present itself. The opportunity to grow that home or grow that family or grow that relationship will happen in its own time. Let the flower unfold. Let the blossom take its time to bloom so that you have it so it can mature correctly. You ever try and rip a bud open? It just dies. Okay, you have to wait for it to grow into what it's meant to be. Because I see your voice being extremely strong this week, and so it can be your very best friend. I think there's a melodic tone to your voice this week that people are entranced by what you're saying to a point. But there's also the part where we could be blunt. We could just state the fact and not care, or not even not care. We could really care that we don't want to offend somebody, but still our words may become very offensive, hurt feelings, bad feelings between each other, bridges that we have to mend down the road that we didn't even need to break in the first place. So think about your words. Definitely count to 10. But it's a time this week of asking you to relax a little bit and go with the flow. Unplug. Hit the pause button. Allow new experiences and new people to come in. See what new choices become available to you. Something probably will, with the Knight of Cups there and the Two of Cups being your first card. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.